Happy greetings to everybody. Welcome to one and all. I'm very happy to be here today. My name is Uma. I'm a Heartfulness trainer from Heartfulness Institute. So, we are starting a series of sessions, weekly sessions, where we explore and understand the concepts of heartfulness meditation, different techniques of heartfulness that can bring true transformation inside ourselves. So, as a heartfulness trainer, we like to share the views of our heartfulness leader, Revered Daji. His call to youth is true values must be reinstated so that we can take a new look at ourselves so the future can be bearable. Because in the current times, the way the world is, every one of us is struggling to retain our balance and be in a state of calm and peace. So, his question to all of us is Revered Daji's call and question to all of us is surrounded by noise, can we have a quiet mind? Involved in our day to day responsibilities, can our heart be at rest? And in the midst of this chaos of the world, how can we have abiding peace? So, his help is given by the method of heartfulness, the help of the mentors, the guides, and the elders is given. The first step is the method. And that's what we are trying to master as seekers. We want to understand the method, understand the techniques, and then take the help of the guide in heartfulness. The unique feature is the transmission, which is known as pranahuti, the life force. And that life force comes from the superconscious field of the living guide. So, as we go through this series, we will try to understand all these concepts. Today, we want to understand why are we meditating? What is the point of meditation? What science is talking about meditation? What is yoga talking about meditation? What is our ancient histories talking about meditation? How, as individuals, we can arrive at this state of mastery because we have masters ahead of us, mentors ahead of us, showing us the path, being an example, telling us we are born into this world as ordinary human beings, but we arrived at these states of perfection, states of mastery, with the help of the method, with the help of the transmission from our guru. So, how can we, ordinary beings like us, arrive at those states? See, according to Revered Daji, essence of the Bhagavad Gita, the Hindu epic, the sacred book, like we have the Bible, we have the Quran, we also have Gita for Hindus. He calls the essence of it is skill in action, struggle for self mastery, and selfless service. Because of arriving at this state of skill in action, a human being struggles to arrive at this state of mastery, and this culmination of this leads to one becoming a selfless servant, serving the universe, serving the ultimate, and serving the fellow beings. So, for us to arrive and achieve these heights, it requires disciplined training. So, we can develop a set of skills because first thing is skill in action. How can we arrive at this skill in action? First, we have to act, and that act, repeated act, has to lead to a state of automation and a state of perfection. And with this steadfastness and perseverance in practices, everything is possible. So, according to the science, Harvard, even Harvard, the great university, highest known to us in today's time, in its research says that there is three things required for a human mind to be in a state of balance. Because without the engine, the car doesn't function. You can have a beautiful car, but when the engine is broke down, it is useless. So we can have a beautiful body, but without our mind functioning in the right direction, we are not so productive beings. We are not peaceful beings. We are not calm beings. We cannot live life in the right way that we are supposed to be living. We're supposed to be happily living life with happiness and joy and a spirit of celebration. Nowadays, we are living life in stress. So, Harvard says to bring to live a balanced life, there is three things that are required for the mind to be in a state of calmness is physical exercise, meditation, and prayer. So basically, they're saying we have to take care of our body, our mind, and our spirit as well. But to take care of the body and the spirit, unless the mind is in a state of balance, when you are depressed, you can go exercise. When you are depressed and your mind is so disturbed, how can you arrive at this state of prayer where your mind is in humility and in calmness and silence? Prayer is about silence. When the mind is disturbed, where is the silence? So, whether to take care of our body or to take care of our spirit, first we need to learn to master this mind, train this mind, and arrive at this state of balance. And that is what heartfulness is striving for. And according to Yoga Sastras, sage Patanjali has given 8 steps that are leading a man to absolute state of balance. If you really look at the past, even Lord Krishna, it was not about bringing Arjuna to state of God realization that he gave the Gita. It was to bring Arjuna to a state of balance in the midst of the war so he can perform his action being balanced, peaceful, emotionally stable, fearless, and with clarity. And that state he called it as Sthita Prajna, a state of poise. And even sage Patanjali, the steps that were given by him lead the being to a state of absolute balance. So, why are the great sages and the saints and the mentors and the elders talking about this absolute balance? Because in that state of being, when a human being is able to be balanced and has calmness in his heart and is emotionally stable and has no fear in his heart for the future, there's no fear of the future, there is no anxiety of the past, then there is discrimination in the being, the clarity in the being, which is known as Viveka. In that state, he will be able to attend to this world perfectly in a state of balance, as well as because of that clarity, he will be able to perceive the presence of something that he doesn't know. That is why in even in the Vedas, in the Rig Veda, it says that the wise looked in their heart and found what is and what is not, because they could not pinpoint that nothingness, that state of purity and simpleness is what it is. Somebody gave it a name of God, somebody gave it peace, somebody gave it something else. But the idea is to arrive at this state of being by looking into the heart, arriving into the heart, because it is the center of ourselves. So, why are we meditating? We are trying to make training our mind to come to balance, to come to peaceful state, come to become emotionally stable, come to a state of fearlessness, to come to clarity. In the heartfulness way, the method is given in such a way that all the steps of the sage Patanjali are included in one go in half an hour. Anyway, the first step, if you look at Yama, everything is about refining ourselves, refining our external behavior, refining our inner behavior, and refining the way we sit, the posture. And then comes breathing. And when we are able to regulate our breathing, it brings us to a state of calmness, which is the preparation. Like before the rocket takes off into the space, it is given enough preparation, given enough momentum for the takeoff. So also, before human being can divert his mind that is involved in the external world and bring it to this inner silence, to bring the mastery inside himself, there is a preparation. The body need to be prepared. That is where what asana is about, a posture. That is where the spine is erect. You are sitting comfortably where your body is not disturbing you. And then you use the power of intention. For the human transformation, nature has given us several tools. You are never left alone. We have the power of the mind, which is clarity. We have to arrive at that state to live a balanced state. Power of the heart. What is the power of the heart? Field of love. We have to tap into the field of love. Power of intention, which is known as sankalpa, a thought backed by our willpower, can make things manifest for us in the right direction. We have to utilize that power of intention for our transformation. Power of prayer. What is power of prayer? That even Harvard talks about for human beings, for the mind to come to a state of balance, the frontal brain to come to a state of balance, to develop new cells. Even prayer is required, it's a necessity. It is not a belief, it is a necessity. Power of prayer is in a human being coming to a state of humbleness. And because of that attitude, prayer is an attitude. When we are able to tap into our heart with that attitude, we create an ambience inside our heart to draw the universal energy. And where is this universal energy? Is coming into our heart from. That is where we have mentors. That is where we have guides. Even when you are doing your research in the beginning, when you start as a kindergartner, you have a teacher. What is the teacher doing? The knowledge is there, the student is there. The teacher is bringing the knowledge to the level where the student can absorb and become and execute it in their lives. At every step, we have teachers. And we think at PhD level, we become independent. Yes, we are independent. And even there, we have mentors. So that is the role of the guru. So we are trying to explore into all these areas of power of the heart, power of the mind, power of prayer, power of intention, and the ultimate power of the transmission with the help of the living guide, from whose consciousness this vibration flows into us. Because sage Patanjali talks about Pratyahara. What is Pratyahara? Diverting your attention from the external world into the inner world. Here I like to bring the concept of the neuroscience. Neuroscience says in a given week, if you are able to Dip your mind in silence, a half an hour here, 20 minutes there. The mind comes to a state of balance and it regenerates new cells. Because the nature of the mind is wherever we dip the mind, it absorbs it. That is why the first 5 years of a child's life is important, because whatever it absorbs, then it retains as a seed for the foundation of its character. And we are taking our mind and dipping in the stress of the day to day life. So our mind is becoming disturbed. So they are saying that divert the process. Take that mind from the stress and dip it in silence so the mind can absorb the silence and restore its balance. Everybody is giving us solutions. They're giving us how, but they're not showing us how to do it. Science is not showing us how to bring the mind into the state of silence. Where is this state of silence? Same thing Sage Patanjali says, Pratyahara, divert your mind from the external world and bring it into the heart's field where the silence is. But as human beings, our mind has gone so much into this external world, it got so disturbed that we are unable to do it. All the impressions that we are collecting by living in this life, by thoughts and actions, we have created so many patterns inside our energy body that we are unable to think different. We are unable to divert the thought flow from out into the heart's field. And that is where the help of the heartfulness techniques and the heartfulness guide comes into play, helping us in a very simple way, diverting the flow of the thought with the power of the transmission. That is what the Guru's role is. Our thought that is flowing outward with the power of his transmission, that thought flow gets diverted into our heart. The step that Sage Patanjali gave is possible to practice only with the heartfulness transmission and the method. And then dharana, a focused mind. The mind is continuously focused on outside. So, because of the transmission, now the thought is flowing, bringing our mind to a state of focus and entering into our heart's silent field where we become observers. And from that state of observation in dhyana, meditation, where we are using the intention that the source is within us and that light is attracting me within, we are arriving at that state of meditation. And from to move from meditation into the state of samadhi, utmost help of the Guru comes when this transmission actually pushes us forward into the depths of our core, and there it rests, rejuvenates. And when the mind is rested, and with the help of the transmission, the thought is able to come into the heart, and with the help of the same transmission, prana, the heart is able to get rid of its impurities and come to a state of purity. Revered Daji explains this beautifully. He says, when there is a pond, the pond is silent. When it's ripples and dirty, what can you see in it? You cannot see your own reflection in it. When the pond is dirty and when the pond is turbulent, when the pond becomes silent, settled, and the dirt is removed, the mind is reflected in this heart state, in the state of the heart silence. The state of the mind is reflected in peace. And in that silence, what you are perceiving is even reality can be reflected in it. The universe reflects in the heart, a silent heart and a calm mind. And that is how the sages perceive there is something beyond us, a silent presence. So, this is what heartfulness does for us, the method, where first step, we try to sit comfortably. We begin with the asana and we begin with breathing, taking deep breath and let go. Because according to science also, Revered Daji explains that if you when you are in a state of panic, you close your right nostril and breathe through your left nostril, belly breathing 10 times. Your parasympathetic nervous system gets affected you become calm. That is why in the yoga, importance for breathing is there. And in the morning, when you wake up and you're groggy and you're not able to function, you close your left nostril and breathe through your right nostril. Your sympathetic nervous system gets affected and you become alert. So those are the things that are we using during this process, that the half an hour meditation session that we're going to give you. We are going to begin with the relaxation, where using the power of the sankalpa intention, when the word is given, relax your body, and when you're able to absorb that command, your body automatically relaxes. Because when in the beginning days when I was doing the relaxation with my children, my daughter asked, so if you're going to say relax and I'm going to relax, how does that work? Then I asked her, Manasa, I'm going to call you, you're stupid. How are you going to feel? She says, Mom, I'm going to feel horrible for a long time. It's going to affect me badly. Why? Because you have accepted the word. You have accepted the command given by your mother that you're stupid. So you believe you're stupid. So what is a word? It is a vibration. A vibration that you have accepted has entered into your field, has disturbed your balance. So a positive vibration, if you are able to accept, it can enter into your being and it can restore your balance. So, what is transmission? It is a very subtle vibration emanating from the consciousness of the guide, entering into our consciousness, our energy field, and bringing us to a state of balance. It's almost like tuning a violin. When we are tuning a violin, you need a perfect violin that you can tune so you can play the music. And that is the role of the living guide, whose consciousness is in this perfect stillness. And from that, when he is able to transmit his own self into every human consciousness, we gradually arrive at that state of being. We are tuning ourselves with the process of meditation, with the techniques of heartfulness cleansing, which we will be talking over the next series. Today is our introduction. We are trying to understand why we are meditating. So, in this process of meditation, we are watching our posture, we are breathing naturally, we are diverting our attention from out into the heart, we are using the power of intention, where you are making this thought, intention, that the essence of the source itself is present in you, and you are giving the command to your mind. It is being drawn towards the inner silence, and it is simply resting there. Resting is, it's all, meditation is all about resting in the light, resting in the silence. Why? Your body is tired, you're not able to function. What do? You take a rest, you take a break. That is why even in nature, day and night are created so we can rest and rejuvenate and become functional. But with the external world the way it is, we have overutilized our mind. And the mind, that is supposed to be a fine instrument in our human hands, fell apart. Mind is like a knife. It can cut an apple or it can cut anything. It's how we use it. We have used this mind going into the external world, performing action, and we have created so many impressions. And these impressions, like how we eat the food, once it goes into our mouth, it takes its own direction. It gets absorbed into our body. Same way, these thoughts and actions and the vibrations from this external world are entering into our energy field, creating patterns, and that is almost designing our destiny. And we are designing our destiny of stress and chaos. How can we design a destiny with peace and calmness without having a disciplined practice? So, the first step for any aspirant is steadfastness and perseverance in practice, and which will lead to that results. And then efficiency comes out of us. And what is true efficiency? Daji calls it as attending to urgency with a peaceful mind is efficiency, and a peaceful heart is efficiency. Are we doing that? So that is what heartfulness meditation helps us to become, is to help us arrive at a state of peace. The mind becomes calm, the heart becomes peaceful with the help of this transmission. And what is this transmission? It is a vibration emanating from the living guide's superconscious field. And how does it help? It helps us like a catalyst. You know, if you look at making yogurt or curd, as you call, what does it require? The milk has to be at the right temperature. Once somebody told me, I'm not good at making curd and yogurt. I'm not a great cook, but they told me could never make yogurt properly. And the young girl told me, Auntie, it is not about how much yogurt you put. It is about the right temperature of the milk. You can put one drop of yogurt or a spoonful of yogurt. It doesn't matter. But it's the temperature of the milk that helps it set. So the catalyst can bring the transformation, but the temperature has to be right. And that is what, as seekers, we are aiming at. This that Guru is continuously transmitting. The guide is continuously implanting his consciousness into us for us to set and bring this mastery in ourselves. We have to bring this mastery out of ourselves. The potency is there, the seed is given, the consciousness is already implanted in us. But we have to provide the right temperature for the catalyst to work, and that right temperature is our efforts. As seekers, our efforts are the real foundation. When Babuji, who is one of the guides of the heartfulness, who was the one who actually brought this into light, rediscovered this, Lalaji, who rediscovered this ancient transmission, Babuji brought it to human beings. He created these techniques, he invented these techniques, he discovered these techniques by which we are able to bring this transmission, that transformation possible. Human transformation was only for few beings who are dedicated. But the efforts of the great elders is that they are bringing this possibility of transformation to ordinary people like us by giving a right formula of the method. So today we will learn about the heartfulness method. In the heartfulness method, first we begin with sitting comfortably. We relax our body. We take deep breaths. We let go. Bring ourselves to a state of calmness. And we make an intention that your thought is diverting to flow into the heart, and you are simply resting your mind there. You are resting your mind there. In the process, we are utilizing all the powers. The mind is coming into the heart. The heart is becoming silent. We are arriving at a state of humbleness and prayerful state. And that is the warm temperature we are creating in ourselves, the ambience. In every union, ambience is important. Even when we are having a romantic time with our spouse, we have the right dim lights, we have the candle lights, we have the flowers, we have the fragrance. So also, when we are diverting our mind and bringing that mind into the heart's silence, we need to have an ambience. And that ambience is created by the power of the prayer, where we arrive at this state of humbleness, where we use this intention: my mind is resting, my mind is melting in the sacred heart, and being one with this essence of my heart, the true presence, the silence that is inside our heart. So, with the heartfulness method, both science, yoga, spirituality, everything is becoming one unit. It's all one. Everything is one in this universe. And that is what we are trying to strive for. And so today we will have a meditation session beginning with relaxation. I will guide you with relaxation. giving you the commands so we know how exactly we can meditate. And we will transmit, I connect myself to my guide's consciousness and transmit this vibration, and which you can experience yourself wherever you are in this world, because it is a vibration. How does it work? As long as your heart is open and the mind is open, you will receive it. Sun is there continuously. As long as I expose myself, whether I expose or not, I'm receiving it because sun's light is shining on me. How to perceive it is to go into the heart and rest the mind, and silence. In the silence is one you are able to perceive. When there is lot of noise, you can't hear anything. When the mind comes to this inner state of silence, and when that prana emanating from the guide's heart, clearing the pond, our heart's pond, the heart's ocean is being cleared and coming to a state of purity, and our mind is coming to silence, then we will be able to feel that it is what it is. That is what the wise search deep within their heart and could discern between what is and what is not, is the statement from the Vedas, Rig Veda. They looked within their heart. And this mastery, self mastery, can happen with steadfastness and perseverance. And revered Babuji, in his whispers, continuously talks about this inner transformation as plowing the soil. The heart is the field. We need to remove the weeds. We need to till the soil. We need to put right manure in it and water it so that soul can flower in this field. And all this is possible with the heartfulness techniques. So gradually, we will, week by week, we will learn different techniques. Today it is just the basic introduction of meditation, which we will have a guidance now. And next week, we will talk about the steps in meditation. How to exactly meditate. How can we connect to this transmission? How can we connect our heart to the guide's consciousness and become independent? How long can we meditate with a trainer? Yes, the trainer is transmitting, but I should become so independent that I can sit anywhere for 5 minutes and I can myself connect to this transmission and bring myself to that state of being. Isn't that what the training of a mother to her children is? Yes, in the beginning, the mother is holding the hand, teaching the child to walk. And the day that the child graduates from their PhD programs, from their doctorates, the mother is proud. So also the spiritual mother, the guru, is proud to see his children become like him, masters. And that mastery is possible with the heartfulness method, with the heartfulness guide, with the heartfulness techniques, with the heartfulness cleansing, where we remove these inner patterns of ourselves. No wonder in the Mahabharata, Daji always quotes this story where Duryodhana says, his grandfather blames him, it's because of your wickedness this war is happening. And Duryodhana says, my dear grandfather, I know what is right, what is wrong. I know what is good, what is bad. I am unable to perform the good. I cannot stop myself from performing the bad. That was cry of Duryodhana. And today that is the cry of all of us. We have created patterns and we are not able to get out of that patterns. We can bring our strength out, women, because we are trapped by the emotional drama. How can we get rid of this emotional patterns and bring the best version of ourselves out? How can our youth get rid of these emotional patterns, weaknesses, and the fears and the imbalance, and become true instruments and bring the best out of themselves? Follow the heartfulness methods and practices and the guide, and you will be amazed what it can do to you. Because today I am just an ordinary housewife. I'm able to come in front of you and even be able to speak about my experience. If it is possible for an ordinary person like me, imagine the educated youngsters that are walking with depression in this world. If you can practice this method, what can it do to you? You will all become world leaders to change this vibration of this earth. Earth needs beacons of light, and our youth are our hope, and that is what Daji's call is for our youngsters, humanity. That true values must be reinstated, and we all need to look at ourselves so the future can become bearable for humanity. So let us all become those beacons of light with the heartfulness practice. Let us begin the meditation now. Close your eyes softly. Take a deep breath and let go. Feel grounded to the earth. Feel the healing energy from Mother Earth enter into your being. As it is ascending, feel the relaxation in your toes, feet, ankles, and your legs. Take another deep breath and let go gently. Feel the energy flow into your knees, thighs, and your hips. Feel firmly grounded in the seat. Make the sankalpa because Swami Vivekananda says it's important to be grounded in your seat. Feel firmly grounded in the seat. Feel the free flow of energy flowing there, relaxing you. Take another deep breath and let go. Feel the energy flow into your lower back. Relax your lower back. Feel it flow into your upper back. Relax your entire back. Keeping your spine erect. Bring your awareness to your stomach muscles. Feel the energy flow there. Take a deep breath and let go gently. Feel the energy flow into your chest. Relax your chest. Bring your awareness to your fingers. Feeling the energy relax your fingers, palm, wrists, lower arms, elbows, and upper arms. Feel the free flow of energy flowing in your hands, relaxing your hands. Take another deep breath and let go gently. Feel the energy flow into your shoulders. Feel the stress melting away. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck, jaws, facial muscles. Deeply relax your eyes, eyebrows and temples, your forehead. Let the gratitude of your heart radiate as joy on your face. Feel joy. Feel your brain is resting, your mind is calm, your body is completely relaxed. Bring your awareness to your heart. Feel your heart. Enter your sacred space. Just make an intention. I am entering my sacred space. Bring yourself to a state of humbleness in prayer, where the heart beats. Remind yourself with the intention. The source of light is present within you. The light from the source is illuminating your entire being. Your mind is drawn to this light. Your mind is resting in the light. The ocean of light, the ocean of love is in you. You are a drop submerged in this ocean. Rest in the light. Let's meditate. That's all. Feel the calmness spread throughout your being. From this place of calmness, make the intention. Every cell in my being is absorbing the silence. Every cell in my being is filled with love. I am soaking in the vibration of balance. I am balanced. Feel the calmness spread throughout your being. You may open your eyes when you are ready. Thank you all for joining this session. As weeks go by, we will learn more techniques like a mathematical problem. When we have understood the method, we are able to solve it. So, gradually, we will understand the method of transmission, the method of meditation, the method of cleansing, and we will empower ourselves. So, we are very grateful that all of you could join today, and we will see you next week. Thank you, and love to all from our great elder, the mentor, the Heartfulness guide, Revere Taji, sends his love to all. Thank you. Thank you, Bhavini, Ravi, Vanilla, Lakshmi, Sweta, Monica, Neela. Thank you all for joining. See you later. Bye now.